Welcome to this edition of the Biker Angle. But before we begin... And welcome to this edition of the Biker Angle. It is 10/9 of 2018. Hopefully y'all are doing good at work this week. Not working too hard, I hope. But today we're going to have two segments on this Biker Angle. The main segment, we're going to explore the question of Indian versus Harley. And is Indian the new king of the road? But first, we're going to talk about this news story that just popped up. And we actually published it over on Insane Throttle Biker News. And it's something that should have everyone furious right now. And here's the story, and we'll talk about it in a second. An Duluth man has filed a lawsuit claiming he was unfairly fired by the city for belonging to a motorcycle club. How many times are we starting to hear this now? Larry Brown's lawsuit was filed Wednesday in Johnson County District Court and seeks unspecified damages for his termination in October of 2016. So this has been going on for a couple years now, and it's finally just hitting the newspaper. The lawsuit names as defendants the city, Mayor Michael Copeland, Police Chief Stephen Minke, City Manager J. Michael Wilkes, and then Chief Information Officer Sean Whitcomb. City officials said they had not yet seen the lawsuit and had no comment. The complaint lays out the following allegations. Brown was hired by the city of Duluth, I guess that's how you say it, man. Anyway, in September of 2016 for a managerial position in the Information Technology Department. To obtain that job, he successfully completed a background check and drug testing. Then, during a visit to the police department, he was told he would need to pass an additional police department background check, which Brown complied with. Then, on October 3rd of 2016, Brown was informed by his supervisor, Sean Whitcomb, that although Whitcomb had no problems with his performance, his employment was terminated. Whitcomb explained that Brown had allegedly failed the police department's additional screening, with an item of concern pertaining to the Overland Police Department. According to the lawsuit, Brown visited Overland Park Police to find out more about the situation. He was told by an officer that there was no way that he could help him, but there was a notation on a master file that he looked up, stating, Brown was a full-patch member of the Brothers Word MC, not a one-percenter club. The lawsuit said Brown has never received, quote, any legitimate reason for his termination, end quote. Mr. Brown alleges that he was terminated from his position with the city of Duluth, not because of his failure to pass additional background checks, but rather because he belonged to a motorcycle club, the lawsuit says. The plaintiff argues the firing violated his constitutional protected rights of free speech, free association, due process, and equal protection under the law. So, here's a guy fired for being a member of the motorcycle club. And I haven't looked up the Brothers Word, though, yet, but I'm guessing it's not a one-percenter club. They might be a support, they might be affiliated, who freaking knows. But here's a guy fired because he had affiliations with a motorcycle club. So, my question is to the police departments out there. Let's take, for example, Yakima, Washington. Public Relations Officer Ryan Erlacher is a member of the Sworn Few Motorcycle Club. Three-piece patch, bottom rockers and all, emulates an outlaw club. He still has his job, and he's a public informational officer. So, I guess what you're telling us all is you can be a member of a Leo club and keep your job and pass a background check, but you can't be a part of any other club. Is that what I'm hearing here? Jesus. And cops wonder why we can't stand them. At least I know most bikers. You know, we do have a lot of pole suckers out there in the biker community now. And I guess that's the new thing. But for a guy to lose his job for being a member of a motorcycle club is outrageous. Especially when them blue gang freaking jacknuts, I'm going to try to keep calm on the swearing here, are out there trying to act like outlaws after their shifts, but they can keep their job. This is why it's so important for people to join ABATE and other motorcycle rights associations, because this kind of shit is going on out there. And I really hope that this guy keeps on continuing with the lawsuit. It's bad enough that it's 2 years that it takes to even hit the newspapers. So you can see how messed up our judicial system really is, can't we? So think about that for a minute. Now let's go on to another subject. Indian versus Harley Davidson. And I got a series going that is Harley Davidson no longer king of the road. And everybody knows the bitches and complaints about Harley Davidson. And they have been taking a huge hit the last couple years. Personally, I think they rolled out the models that they got coming out too late. You know, before then it was year after year after year of the same old shit. Same old models. And they lost the younger crowd. I think they actually lost the younger crowd after they got rid of the B-Rod. Because that's one motorcycle that actually appealed to the younger generation. But another thing I think happened is customer service over at the dealership stinks. It really does. I walked into my local dealership and they'll look at you like, you know, you got some kind of disease and shit if you don't have, you know, the nice freaking yuppie leathers on and shit like that. So they're wondering why they're losing people. Indian, on the other hand, I walked into a dealership and they're right there in front of you. Hi, how you doing? What's up? And all that jive. And they really treat you, no matter what what segment of the biker community you are, as a person, and they really want to help you. You know, I think customer service is lacking at Harley, and it's killing people. See, without customer service, you don't get anywhere, man. People just walk right out the door and think you're a bunch of jag-offs, and they take it out on the brand. But Harley Davidson's actually been proving itself to be a bunch of freaking snobs anyway. Case in point is Adam Sandoval's run to try to break the world record for, I think it was the longest Harley line or some stuff like that in a parade. And Harley Davidson didn't even want to get involved and get freaking, they didn't even want to do nothing. They didn't even want to sponsor this shit, even though it would have brought all kinds of notice to them. Instead, you know, they got their Matt over there, the CEO, who, honestly, I don't think ever rode a bike in his freaking life, man. And here he is making millions of freaking dollars and trying to run a motorcycle company and trying to tell us what we like. That's why I think Indian's coming up strong, man. They're kicking Harley's asses in racing, and they're kicking ass on the street, man. This video coming up, I'm going to play out for you. It's going to talk about their plant, one of their plants anyway. They're going to talk about their engine bases, and also the new FTR 1200, which I think is going to give Harley Davidson Sportster a real freaking run for its money, man. I really do. So let's take a look at this video and tell me what you guys think.
There's a lot of craftsmanship that is involved here at this plant in Spirit Lake, Iowa. Each part has a hand on it. There's no robots that are putting these bikes together.
Being a motorcycle rider affects my job because I take a lot of pride in what I do. I think you go the extra mile to make it a better bike.
There's a string that ties all those people together, and then when you see our product out there, it forms it. So I mean, that's our standard, that's our emblem, and it forms a bond with the employees.
The Indian motorcycle is a work of art in itself because there's always something that's handled by hand. You can see the craftsmanship when you go into a dealership and you're looking at that prospective motorcycle. You're gonna step back and you're gonna be like, wow, that's an awesome looking bike.
We set our paint quality standard to the highest standard, right? Everybody here, every part they touch, they're touching it like it's gonna go on their motorcycle or it's gonna go on their kid's motorcycle, and that bike's theirs. And so they want it to be as perfect as it possibly can before it ever reaches our customer.
The Scout line is where I started, and I probably had my hands somewhere on my bike when I was building it. When it gets delivered from here to the dealership, that person that's going in there to buy that Indian, they're buying a quality product.
We know that by the time it gets to the end of the line, we've made a stellar product that's going to last a lifetime.
What I really love about motorcycle riding is really the freedom it brings. You get the air in your face. I think it brings a sense of serenity. Indian engines are built in Osceola, Wisconsin. It's an intricate part of a vehicle. We assemble with a ton of pride and craftsmanship and honor for what we do here for Indian.
Every person that turned a wrench or lifted apart or machined metal, they look like someone took time and effort and painstakingly put that engine together so that it was perfect. Just because something's hard doesn't mean you don't do it. I think Indian motorcycle engines are special because of their connection to their past. You can tell where they came from, you can tell the roots.
I've got a lot of passion. It'll make the hair on the back of my neck stand up when I stand here and talk about it. Knowing that we are the actual heartbeat of that vehicle brings a lot of pride in personal ownership. And there are a bunch of riders here in Osceola, and they bring a lot of pride just because they are riders.
I've been here since day one that Indian line started. That's the main part of the bike as far as I'm concerned. That's what makes it go. I've been riding motorcycles and dirt bikes for about 40 years. And the things I love about motorcycle riding is just being on two wheels and feeling free.
We love our engines that we build here, and we take a lot of pride in each and every
Born from the championship-winning FTR 750 race bike, the new FTR 1200 is here. Flat track style and performance you can put in your garage. From America's first motorcycle company.
There's nothing more I like to see than an assembly plant full of workers. Personally, I support hardcore every union worker out there. Maybe that's because I come from a union family of steel workers and coal miners. But seeing them on the lines is the best thing ever. And I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of people got upset with Harley Davidson when they closed the Kansas plant. Yeah, they said those jobs would go to York, which only half of them ended up going there. The rest went over to Thailand. But seeing the craftsmanship that an American can do is something else. And I think that's why our products that are made, they beat the competition 100-1. Let me tell you that, man. So, made in America means something. And a lot of people go out there, well, it's a global business, they got to cut costs and stuff like that. But at what price, really, man? Especially for those of us that ride here in the United States. You have to have some pride in your country, man. And you got to back it up. Now, the steel and aluminum tariffs is what kicked everything off. Well, that choice right there has led to NAFTA being scrapped and something new put in its place. And God help us if the Democrats get in, because they'll never pass it, because they really don't give a shit about the American worker like they say they did. That's one thing that people don't realize, is the Democratic Party ain't what it used to be. I used to be a blue dog Democrat. That's the way we were raised, because my father was West Virginia, the whole 9 yards. And a blue dog Democrat believed in fiscal responsibility, for one, and two, the American worker. It's not like that anymore. Now it's let's tear down the borders and all that bullshit and let everybody come in, because they claim, well, Americans don't want to do that kind of job. That's all bullshit. That's, you know what, it really is. You got guys like Soros out there, that cocksucker. I'm surprised nobody got him down yet. But you got these globalists trying to dictate what America's really supposed to be. What I seen in that video is what Americans are supposed to be. Working. Making our own products. Made in the USA. Giving our people the jobs. Because America is the best country in the world. But once we realize what's going on the other side, what they're doing, we need to get out there and really vote. That's why this November is really important. And I didn't mean to go off on a political thing, but you get tired of them. Well, the American people, they can give a goddamn about American people. And they sure the hell don't care about what's going on in those assembly plants. Because before Trump started tearing all these trade treaties up and all these regulations, we didn't have a manufacturing base anymore. All our factories were gone. They were either in China or they were down in Mexico. So it's great to see the assembly plants starting to fire up again. Hopefully Detroit gets firing up again. Hopefully the steel mills in Pennsylvania start firing up again. Now that's American right there. You know, and I know technology and all that kind of shit is going to replace some of the manufacturing jobs. But seeing what Indians doing, everything hand done, no robots, none of that bullshit, you got to give them you know, you got to tip your hats to them, man. That's some awesome crap up there. Got them over in Iowa, Wisconsin with the engine plant. And their engines on Indian, man, they some badass looking engines. Personally, you know, I got an 01 Fat Boy. I love carbureted bikes. I don't know if I can ever get used to all the electronics, like the electronic freaking dashboard and all that stuff. But if I do, I'm going with an Indian, let me tell you. Because again, their customer service is there. They know how to take care of their freaking customers with their, you know, their needs. Let me tell you, when I walked into that Indian dealer and they were right up on top of you, want to ask any question, you know, answer any question you might have had, that's service. You walk into Harley, it's like crickets everywhere. And they wonder why people got an attitude towards them. Yeah, Indian's same par, you know, with, you know, the pricing of its bigger models. But this FTR 1200, man, I'm telling you, I think it's going to kick the shit out of the Sporty. And I love Sporties. I've owned a million of them damn things. Well, not a million, but I've owned, let's see here. I had to own at least, shit, 7 or 8 of the damn things. Because when I was living in the city, I loved the Sporty for going around in the city. And I used the bigger bikes, like I had the Softails and shit like that, when I was out road doing it. So yeah, there's a place out there for the smaller bikes. And for those who, because I hear it all the time, well, you know, people make fun of me because I'm on a Sporty and shit like that. Man, screw them people. Sporties rock. You can do all kinds of shit with Sportsters, and the customizations are just badass. Let me tell you, I love it to customize a Sporty. So, but hats off to Indian. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys interested in an Indian motorcycle or a Harley for your next purchase? Put that in the comment section below. Give me your thoughts on what you think of this new trade deal that's going on. Getting rid of NAFTA and bringing jobs back home. I really appreciate you guys stopping by. Again, if you can visit HarleyLiberty.com for all your daily biker news. All you have to do is sign up and follow. You'll get that right in your inbox. That's something new. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Hit that little bell. That way you can get notified every time I put up the videos. And on Saturdays, 9:30, live TV. We're going to talk about some good subjects this week. One of them being why I wrote the new Age of Biking Brotherhood, which is available, of course, backwards on Amazon right now. If you guys want a signed copy, because I'm getting a lot of that stuff, email me and I'll let you know how to do that. I personally ain't one who charges for signing books and shit like everybody else out there. It's nah, I ain't like that. Me, I want to keep as much as the content I can free on Insane Throttle. Also, we're a new affiliate with Motorsport.com. You can see the affiliate link there. They have all tons of biker gear, man. They got all kinds of accessories, the whole 9 yards. So go visit Motorsport. You can go through our link and check out what they got. But until tomorrow, everybody, I'll see you guys later and be safe.